good morning, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Okay, it's another beautiful Thursday here in the city of Lagos. My name is Peace Ubuagu Abaimu, your host on the now weekly regular talk show, Talk with Peace. And it is my singular privilege and honor to have you all join me this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll get into the groove of things. I'm so excited to be here with you all this beautiful Thursday afternoon to have one of our regular discussions. And I'm going to be giving some time for others to join in the live. It's going to be an amazing discussion today. The topic is a wow one that everyone wants to be a part of. It's either you're already married and of course you may not be able to make any changes to the one you're married to, but if you've not been married before and you are in the process, it's a beautiful time to take this opportunity to learn about one or two things about finding and attracting the right one. The catchphrase here is the right one. Before I go on, don't I look amazing this beautiful Thursday afternoon? Guess what? I have the best glam squad, and today they said you're not going on live the way you always go. Today you're gonna have it different. Okay, and so I've been put together by Distinct Fashion House and FSW Signature. You can find them on Instagram. Distinct Fashion House is at distinct.fash.house on Instagram, and FSW Signature on Instagram. Please do well to search them out and please follow them, like their posts, and subscribe to the things that they do, all the fashion tips and everything you can find. I have my sister joining me this afternoon. Big sis, thank you for joining. Thank you for all your encouragement. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. God bless you, ma'am. Okay, so like I said, it's a beautiful Thursday afternoon here in the city of Lagos, and we are discussing finding and attracting the right one. The catchphrase is the right one, because you could find and attract anyone, just about anybody. But when it's for that lifelong journey called marriage, you want to be sure that is the right one that you're in with. Okay, thank you once more for joining. All right, so before I go on, there's I usually do a rundown of this show, but I've decided I'm not going to be doing a rundown anymore. So because I'd like my audience to find our videos, go on my profile, go to Peace Ubuagu Abaimu, and find all the videos that we've done in the past. I have about 11 episodes now. Today is the 12th episode, and we've done amazingly well. I am so grateful to God for this opportunity. Okay, thank you, Lord, for this wonderful opportunity to come on to have this chat with such beautiful people. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for everyone who come after the show to drop a comment asking me one or two questions on what they can do to help to make the show better. Thank you for everyone who drops a comment to tell me where I've done well after a show and telling me what next I can do to be better. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all. Today we'll be having a thank you, Isioma George Adedeji, God bless. All right, so Ike Akora, Obi Akora is here with me. So also is Orohu Adiogu. These are my friends, and I bless God for every one of you. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, so in the next short possible time, I'm going to be bringing on my guests. Thank you, sweetie. God bless you. I'm going to be bringing on my guests. My guest is Mrs. Charity Anih, Dr. Mrs. Charity Anih, and her profile is such a long one. I'm going to be reading out her profile to us, and then she's going to go on straight to discussing the topic for the day. Like I said earlier, the topic for the day is finding and attracting the right one. Marriage is such a beautiful journey. Such a wonderful, beautiful journey. And I was thinking about this topic today, and I quickly thought, marriage is like watermelon. You see, you go to the market to buy watermelon, a whole watermelon, and then you see one very beautiful, the body, you know, green, like, you know, lemon green and all that, looks fresh, and then you buy it and take it home. You don't know what's inside. You could get home and start cutting, and what you get is sweet, juicy, succulent fruit inside. And then you could also get home, like I've done a couple of times. I got home and when I checked, man, it looked all nice inside, but the taste was whack. Okay, and there have been times too that you get some good watermelon and inside is all spoiled. Okay, so okay, to watermelon, there are people that feel that they understand how to get the best watermelon. I personally do not know. Sometimes you see the people that I buy from tell me, madam, this one is very good. I can assure you that it's very good. Okay, and I'll buy it and I'll go home and it will actually be good. And there are types that person again, he lied to me. But then it could also not be a lie. Nobody knows what's inside. Nobody knows. Okay, at this moment I'm going to be adding my guests in a second. Okay, I'm going to be adding my guests. Just a second, I'll be adding my guests and bring. Alrighty. Okay, so I'll be bringing my guests onto this show in a second. If you are here with me, say I'm just kidding. Okay, if you're here with me, just keep dropping me those comments. I can see them and I will give you a shout out. Okay, right here. Finding and attracting the right one. Finding and attracting the right one. Okay. Okay, thank you for staying put. I'm waiting to see my guest on the show. As soon as I see her, I'll be reading out her profile and then have her in here with us. But I know she's online. Because I've been in chats with her. I know she's online right now. Dr Mrs Charity Anih. Okay, so while we wait, okay, so can we have a chat? What has the experience been like for you since the past 11 weeks we started the show? What has the experience been like? What do you think? How? Okay, what do you think we can do better? When I started the show, I remember always asking people to please drop a commentary experience over time. All right. Okay, so I'm still waiting to see my guests. I'm still waiting to see her, but I know she's around somewhere. Okay, so while we wait for Mrs. Charity Anih to come on, Mrs. Charity Anih is a wife, a mother, home builder, God chaser, business builder, and health enthusiast. She's a graduate of the University of Lagos, a deaconess with the Assemblies of God Church, and an instructor at LMTC. Okay, so she is a registrar also of King's Computer Institute, an affiliate of the University of Lagos Computer Center. She's a senior crown manager at EdMark International. She's a convener, His Jewels, a ministry for young singles. Okay, a ministry for young singles to help them excel. She's a facilitator of Ask Auntie C relationship series on Facebook, a teacher of the word and a life coach. She's an astute business builder, author of the book Just a Touch, written in 2014. And she's committed to building and helping young people become the best they can be in marriage, career, and total well-being. Okay, passionate about helping women become the 360-degree woman and being able to live out God's purpose. in their lives. Blissfully married to her sweetheart, Barrister Donald Anih, and blessed with 3 amazing bundles of sheer joy, David, Divine, and Daniel. Friends, I'd like you to help me welcome as I invite Dr. Mrs. Charity Anih onto the show. Just need to be fine. Network. Yeah, Adufe. Thank you. Is it Adufe or Adufe? Sorry about that. Thank you for joining me on the show this beautiful Thursday afternoon here in the city of Lagos. Broadcasting from the city of Lagos, and like I said, I've been waiting for my guest. I've had to read her resume, a very long and interesting one. You know, when you have someone who's so passionate, like I've been waiting for her to come so that I'll be able to let you guys know that this woman looks so young but has been married for about 27 years now, and it qualifies her to be able to talk on this topic about fight. Because I don't know, for you to be able to be that long in marriage, man, you must have found the right one. You're not trying to find out whether it's going to work or not. You found the right one. Okay, so we're waiting for Dr. Mrs. Charity Anih to join us live today. I know she's online. Okay, yeah, we're on again. Okay. Wow. Thank you to everyone joining in on the live. I appreciate you. I'm still waiting to see my guest. She is online, but somehow I'm still trying to connect to her. But I know that will happen soon. I know that's going to happen soon, so that I can bring her on. Yeah, I have my neighbor, my beautiful sister, Mrs. Dalako. She's on live with me this beautiful afternoon. Thank you for joining, sis. God bless you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay, so we're live and we're waiting for our guests to join in on the show so that we can start off with our discussion for today. The topic is still finding and attracting the right one. Okay, finding and attracting the right one, of course, for marriage. Okay, for that lifelong journey, you want to be sure it's the right one. You do not want to start a journey with someone who you're not sure how far you guys can go, you know, because it's not a journey that you start and at some point you're like, oh, please let me go out and see if I can test the waters again and come back. No, yes, you're expected to have tested your waters, you know, whatever that means for everyone. And then you've decided, okay, to start this committed journey onto long, happily ever after. Okay. And if you are live and direct, yes, and I'm bringing her on to the show. Thank you, ma. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, I can see you live here this beautiful Thursday afternoon. I have had to introduce you in absentia. I hope you don't mind that. Okay, so I've had to read your profile. She's a wife, a mom. She's a senior crown manager with Edmark International. She has been a trainer, a facilitator on relationships and health matters around town. Okay, and I know that she's best suited for the job this beautiful Thursday afternoon. And so without much ado, I'd like to bring on Dr. Mrs. Charity Anih. Please put your hands together wherever you are as I bring on my guest.
All right there. Hello.
Hey, finally, 2 fingers in the air. Good afternoon.
was pressing everything to table. Hi,
Welcome. Thank
peace.
you, ma. Very well.
Hi,
Thank you.
hi, my
Thank
darling.
you,
Good to
ma.
see you this morning. How you doing?
Good to see you, ma. Very
All
well.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
It's been a
having
long
me.
time we saw close.
You abandoned
Oh,
me.
you're
No
welcome,
problem.
ma.
Thank you so much. Man.
No, it's
Great
okay.
to
We
be here.
understand.
Great to be here. Yeah.
Yes, ma.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Okay. So we've had to read your profile in absentia when I was still searching for you. But I'd like you to do a brief introduction of yourself again for those who are online and for those who will be joining.
Okay, all right. So my name is Charity. I'm a wife, I'm a mother. Like the Bible, I'm all things to so many people. And God has been
Right.
so faithful. He has brought us this far. I hope you can hear me.
Amazing.
Hello? You can hear
Yes,
me?
I can. Loud and clear.
Oh, amazing, amazing. So it's been a wonderful journey. God has been faithful. I have lived my life on the
Yeah,
principle
I
of
can hear
trusting
you.
God and walking. Amazing, amazing. I have lived
Yeah.
my life on the principle of trusting God, walking with Him, allowing Him to lead me, to guide me, to direct me. And the journey has been faithful. We have achieved some things, but trusting God for greater things to come. I think in a bit, that's just me.
So much, ma, for joining. Thank you for obliging me. And I said I was going to do a shout out. I was going to use this opportunity to do a shout out to all my big aunties and uncles that have come on the show at some point and
Yeah,
who did not even take a second thought to say, yes, I'm coming on the show with you. It's a whole lot of
yeah.
encouragement. You know, when you start out
That's
something
true.
small, newly, and then you're looking for people to come on the show to, you know, have to talk to your audience or have to support what you're doing. It's a
Exactly.
whole lot of a whole lot of encouragement on another level, and I truly,
Yeah.
truly
It
appreciate
is.
you, ma. Thank you for coming on the show with me. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to shoot right into the discussion for today. It's actually a chat, but I'm going to give you a lot of time to express everything you've prepared concerning this topic. Okay, so the topic is
Yeah.
finding and attracting the right one. And I said
Yeah.
when I started the show, the catchphrase is the right one because the finding and attracting, everybody finds and attracts different kinds of people every day. You know,
Right.
for
That's right.
attracting the right
Yeah.
one is an important,
It's
important
important. Yeah.
process finding the right one. So
Mm.
I'd like you to use this opportunity to tell us what there is to know about finding the right one. You've been married for about 27 years, and in looks like the network has thrown her out, but I'm bringing her back on because she's right here with me. She's still in the studios. Guys, please be patient with me. She's right here with us. You know, technical challenges like we know in these parts of the world. We'll get it right sometime. We'll get it right sometime soon. Okay. Okay.
All right. Wow.
So sorry about the network issues. We're
Yes, I
going to
think I
get it
got
right.
you there. All right.
Yeah. Sorry,
Thank
sorry
you.
about that. Okay, so let's take it from how do you find and attract the right one? Who's the right one and how do you find and attract the right one?
All right. I love the fact that you said the key word is the right one. Okay.
Yes.
And before we go into even finding the right one, I've had the opportunity. In fact, this is my calling. All right. Helping
Amazing.
young people who are interested in having great relationships. And one of the things I've discovered in the quest to have a great relationship, to have it with the right person, is a key number one, you must be the right person. You cannot look for the right person if you are not the right person. Now, right, the word right is relative. What is right to you may not be right to me. So the key thing is, whatever it is I am looking for in someone, am I
Hey, come on, come on, come on. Network. Ah, network is dealing with me and my guests today. One thing I know is we're going to overcome network. We will. We shall overcome. And I can see how.
oh my God, God will help us with this network today.
Amen. Amen.
Help us, God will help us, it's terrible.
Okay, ma.
Look for the best
You were saying
location
you
so
have
that
to
we
be
will
the
get interrupted and
yeah.
still it's but it's all good. It's all good. So, like I was saying, first and foremost, you have to be the right person. If you are not the right person, you will attract the wrong person. So, first of all, who are you? What is your essence? What do you want out of a relationship? If I want
Right.
so and so kind of a person, am I also that kind of a person?
Right.
I want a guy who's made it, who's accomplished. Am I in any way trying to also be accomplished? Because you cannot desire what you are not. Because relationship, like I always say, it's a table. What do you bring to the
Mm.
table? What do you bring? What do you bring? It's looking at something to make it work. So what you are is very important. So I think I'll just start it off right there. Being you developed yourself. Are you constantly becoming the best version of yourself? Are you the best thing that will you love to marry you? Will you love to if you can be in a relationship with you, then you are ready to look to
Right.
first of all find the right person. I hope you
Yeah. Mhm. Okay, please go ahead, ma. I am having a bit of a network challenge at my end, but my audience can hear you, so please just go ahead. Hello. Okay, and while we wait for the network challenge to be sorted, I think she's been saying stuff about you being the right one, you want to attract the right one, that you do not desire something that you're not, you do not aspire for someone that you are not yourself. Okay, I'm going to have to um, leave her and then try to add her back. Okay, so that's okay, cool.
Hello.
I'm deeply, deeply sorry about this
It's
today.
all
I'm so
right.
sorry.
It's not your fault. It's
Okay, ma'am.
Nigeria.
Ah,
It's not
I
your
did not want
fault.
to mention the Almighty name, oh, but
Please don't mention. No, I'm the only one permitted to mention. They can't do me anything. All right then. Okay, so can I go
okay.
ahead? All right.
Yes, ma'am. Please. Yes. Not again. Not again.
My God. Can you hear me well?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you now.
Oh, amazing, amazing. So I was saying that you first of all have to be the right person. Can you marry you? Can you be in a relationship with you? If you can be in a relationship with you, then you are ready to find the right one. Who are you? What are your values? What do you want out of life? Do you celebrate yourself? What's your level of self-esteem? If you don't love you, you cannot love any other person. I tell young ladies, I said, once
Wow.
in a while, take yourself out. If you can take yourself out and be at a table all by yourself, then you are ready to accommodate someone else into your life. Same goes for guys. So the ability to have built a high level of self-esteem, you know your values, you know your boundaries, you know who you are about, then you are bringing something tangible to the table. So you are not looking for somebody, you are not going to be needy in a relationship. You are rather going to be a person of value. You're bringing something to the table. The person is bringing something to the table. And then it will be a combination of two great minds coming together to build a beautiful life. I think that's the starting point. So first and foremost, who are you? Are you the right one? Be the right one. Develop yourself. Do everything you need to do to be a better version of yourself, and then you can pick it up from there. Then when you have been able to discover you, when you have found you, when you have when you know you, then what do you want in a relationship? What are you for? Important in everything we do in life, in career, in relationships. Your why key. Your why is key. The reason I remember a friend of mine years ago, she said she wants to have a house so that she can be upstairs and pour water on her neighbors downstairs. And I'm like, why?
Oh,
And she's
wow.
like, because where she was, she was like, because where she was living, her own landlady pours water on her. And I said, is that your reason why you want a house?
Oh, wow.
So your why is key. Yeah. So what you want in a relationship is important. Are you just looking for a money back? Are you just looking for somebody to take care of your needs? Or are you looking at building a life with someone because it's going to go way beyond both of you? And that's why when I talk on my show, Ask Auntie C, I say it all the time. I sing it, I shout it. Love is not a feeling, it is a commitment. It is a decision. Because I tell you, babe, the butterflies will go. All those things that is scattering your, it will go. Because what will now keep you through? It's that commitment. So if your why ab initio was wrong, then it's going to show in how you communicate, how you work together, how you build a home together. So what do you want in a relationship? Who you are will define what you want. So I am Charity. I want to build a beautiful home. I want to have a husband I can love and I can submit to. That's a talk for another day. Submission.
Okay.
Me. And then if that is my why, then my actions will be defined by my why. What I do in situations that come up will be defined by my why. So if I want to have a happy home, I have my children who are watching me, who I am modeling right relationship to. If that's my why, it will determine how I react to situations. So it's very key. I've said number one, be the right person. Number two, what do you want in a relationship? Your what do you want? What do you like in the opposite in the opposite sex, we have this like tall, dark, and handsome. Somebody else who will marry all the short, fair, and ugly. The truth is, what you want and the reason why you want to get into that relationship will be key to how well that relationship goes and how you guys are able to move along. So I don't know if you're going to ask me another question. I'll just go right ahead.
Yeah, okay, so you just go ahead, because once we've defined the right one, which is you first,
Yeah.
being the right one, the next thing is
Yes,
how
but
do
you
I
first.
find
Very
the
important.
right one? I do not
The
want to
right
try
one.
to get
Okay.
into the topic because you're here to help us with it.
Okay.
How do I find the right one?
Okay, so how do you find the right one? First and foremost, like we've established the fact of being the right one and knowing what your why is. The next thing is that you must be attracted first and foremost to that person. Now, attraction can be to some people, attraction is love at first sight. To some people, attraction is I just like this thing in that person. There's just this thing about the person. I remember my husband used to say when we had not met, if he sees somebody, if he sees a lady, he'll be like, God, please, this quality, put it in my wife, wherever she is. He had not met me then. This person, please put this quality in my wife. So this guy was busy depositing into my bank of being what I am today. So today, the truth is, there must be an attraction. There must be the things you like. What you like is not what I like. I may like. So make sure you are not just in a relationship with yourself. So you have to be attracted to that person. I have seen people who think they are in a relationship, and you find out it's just one person that is in that relationship with him or herself. Okay, so you must be attracted to each other. There must be a mutual attraction. It's crazy where a lady likes a guy and you are all around him like a bee and he's not even seeing you. So there must be an attraction. There must be a level of interest in each other to kickstart it, to find the right person. And then you must be comfortable with the person and be able to be yourself. So key thing when you have, these days, the way you guys start when we are the group, we don't do all these days. We church girl, sister, I like you. I want to marry you. We go to pastor. That's what we knew. But today, una go there waka 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 until somebody will tell you I'm getting married to another person. It doesn't make sense to me, but no problem. If it's working, so the truth these days, I know you guys date. You go out for a while. You work. You maybe somebody you like. You both until the person pops the question. If it makes you guys happy, no wala. But the truth is that there must be an attraction. Now, you must be compatible with that person. How do you know this person is the right person? You must be compatible. Compatibility does not necessarily mean you guys are the same. Compatibility means you guys can complement each other. It's not about being exactly the same. It's about being whatever you are, but you can work together. Opposites usually attract. Okay, so being compatible means number one, spiritually. I know our audience is wide here, but I know that knows it that we are equal. All right. So if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, for me, it is key. It is priority that you are connecting with somebody who you share same faith. Now, why is that important? It is important because we are not this, we are spirit. And because we are spirit, if we can connect at that level, the physical will take care of itself. We can pray to the same God. We can talk, we can trust him together. We can believe him together. We can kneel down and say, look, babe, we believe God is going to do this. And I'm not going to Babalawo and you are going to the other direction. Something like that. So spiritually, you must be compatible. You don't necessarily have to be in the same church or the same whatever, just that you have the same faith, you believe in the same things spiritually. Number two, on compatibility, you must be compatible emotionally. There are people that are emotional babies. Marriage is not for babies. Marriage is not for boys and girls. Marriage is for matured people. So you must be compatible.
Eh? Marriage is not for babies. It's not my body is doing me one
At
kind. I want
all.
to go and get married. So it's
Right.
about, because I have always said it I've always said it is a decision, it is a commitment. So your emotional intelligence must be very high. When I got married newly, I
Right.
came from a home, my parents. I came from a home, my dad was
Yeah.
laid back. My dad was this easygoing guy. My mother was hot headed. So the idea I had of men is that men are supposed to be quiet. Men are supposed to be calm. Men are supposed to be cool. Nah, I can now come and get married to this man that is fire. And I was like, in fact, the first few years of my marriage, I was like, excuse me, what are we doing? Because he was the total opposite of my father. He was hot-headed. He was the decision maker. He is the choleric. And I'm like, God, I don't enter. So, but at the end of the day, because of emotional intelligence and
Right.
maturity, I was able
Right.
to understand him. I could have cried and carried my bag and run back to my father's house, but I was able to understand that this is a whole new ball game. This is not my father. This is my husband. Whoever he is, whatever he is, I'm going to learn. I'm going to understand this, and we're going to do this. You understand? So that's where you need emotional intelligence. Then number 3, you must be compatible temperamentally. Temperaments are overrated, but the truth is they are very important. The temperaments, sanguine, the melancholy, these things are very important, because you have two hot-headed cholerics. I think somebody's saying, can we ask questions? Go right ahead. All right. Just type in your question there and we can attend to it. All right. So I hope I'm still on.
Yes, you are. You are.
Oh, amazing, amazing. All right. So temperamentally, you must be compatible. Where you have two cholerics who are usually hot-headed, cholerics are go-getters, they are decision makers, a powerful recipe, because nobody is going to allow the other win. Everybody must be the winner. Everybody must have the last word. All right. And that's why it's important you take a little study on temperament. It will help you to make your life easier. Because if you're a choleric, if you are a phlegmatic, for example, getting married to a phlegmatic, phlegs are usually laid back, easygoing, calm, not very ambitious, not overtly aggressive. So when you have two such people, they'll just be doing life. Maybe by the time they're 100 years old, they will manage to build a house. So you see that such two people coming together will not work. Melancholies are very moody. They are very melancholies are moody. They are very creative. They can be very introspective, very have this guilt consciousness. So when you have two people like that, their children will suffer, because you can never do anything right by them. You can never do anything right by them. All right. Sanguines are the flashy, let's play, let's go, let's party, the life of the party, kind of people, fun-loving people. And they never get to sit down and do something. So when you have two of such people coming together, then they will just be living life like that. They'll just be floating. There won't be any real root to them. So that's where, if you understand this four temperament, you will know that it's always better to align with somebody who is not exactly like you, where you can complement his weaknesses and he can complement your. I'm a flag. I'm not anymore. I used to be. But now, because I married a hot-headed choleric, I don't even know what I am anymore now. Because what has happened in the last 27 years is he has infused a lot of himself into me. So right now I am more ambitious, I am more outgoing, I'm more let's take this mountain. I wasn't like that before. You tell me to talk to
Wow.
people like that, I start crying. So, but today I'm not anything like that anymore. Now he used to be so hot-headed, but I have tuned him down. You understand? I don't tune him down. The guy you don't get equilibrium. You understand? Whatever that means. Okay. So
Wow.
that's what has happened
Wow.
in the last 27 years. And that's that's why it's like
Wow.
we are just having a ball. We are just having fun because we were both the right people before we met it. We knew the things we wanted. Way before he met me, he started depositing his desires in me without seeing me. All right, so that's important. Educationally is also very important to be compatible because I say it all the time. They say it. There's nothing like shoe no get size, but sweetheart, to an extent, shoe get size because you are not
True.
going to put yourself in. Um, um, I have educated my daughter. My sons they've gone to school. I know how much investment I have made into them. It will not be fair for there's a kind of person you marry, you can't even be who you are. It's either you are lowering your standards to them or their standards is way too high for you to meet up. So if you want to be with people, get an education. Get an education, get yourself developed, learn something. I am married to a legal practitioner, for example. I am not a lawyer. I'm just a lawyer by association. But there are conversations that are going on that if I wasn't a little exposed as I am, I can't even come in. So what I will do if he's talking with his friends, I will just run into the room and respect myself. But I can join in conversations. We can meet at that intellectual level because we can talk. We are able to understand. It's the same wavelength. You understand? All right. Then medically, very important also to be compatible. I know a lot of people face so many things. I've had people who have SS and they both SS or AS, they get married and all of that. But it's very important to check out all of those things and make sure that you are not exposing yourself to things that will endanger your children in the future. Where two people who have AS get married, you're having children who have SS, going through that trauma, the pain, watching that child in pain. I think it's not fair. Okay, you could always. I've seen people who fated it. Is that English correct? They had faith and it worked out for them. Great for them, and I'm happy for them. So I think can I stop there? Or I should just go ahead. There are
See,
some questions we can take.
I'm enjoying the discussion, but I actually I want us to take it, move to slow a little bit, because yes, the topic is finding and attracting the right one. You started from the point of attraction. Okay, so
Yeah.
when you know what you want, then you know I'm thinking attract in the aspect of Naomi and Ruth. Ruth had
Okay.
served Naomi and then she had lost her husband and everything, and
Yeah.
she still decided to follow Ruth, back to her
Yeah.
hometown.
Yeah.
At some point, Naomi felt like you're a young girl, you still have your life ahead of you. I don't want you to
Yeah.
waste your
Yeah.
life doing this thing. And then she started, giving her advice on how to go about finding the one that will be there with her, for this lifelong journey. So I'd like you to also bring it towards that aspect. How do people
Okay.
position themselves now? We've talked about you being the right one and you attracting your
Okay.
kind, both medically, both physically, both,
Yeah.
all the leads that we've talked about. So how do we position ourselves now? How do we position ourselves to attract and find that right one?
Okay, where God plants us in different places. Okay, so positioning yourself to be the right can also be affected where you are per time. All right. I have had to counsel a young lady who told me her movement is work, home, exposure where she finds her.
Oh, network. Adabo network. Be careful, you. Abba. Not now that it's getting more and more interesting. Okay, sorry, ma. Can you see here, huh? Okay, so
I'm so sorry, ma. We'll get it right in this going to
No,
sometime
don't worry,
soon.
don't worry, don't worry. All right,
I'm so
so
sorry.
where were we? We were
Okay, but
talking
you're on
about,
now.
yeah, I am. Hello? All right, can you hear me now? Hello? You can hear me? Hello? Wow. Oh, amazing, amazing. Okay, so you position.
Israel. Okay.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Stop saying you're
We are
sorry.
dying again.
It's okay. All right. So you have to position
Yeah,
yourself to be the right person by being at the right
yeah,
place at the right time, being with the right crowd. Um, if I even go by the example you gave us, Ruth and Naomi, Ruth had been married to Naomi's son, and by the time she lost her husband, she was committed enough. You see, where I tell you that love is not just a feeling, it is a commitment. It
right.
went beyond her parents, you understand? But she was committed because she had found safety, she had given herself to the totality of what that man represented, including his mother, to the extent she was willing to go with her. So
Okay.
positioning yourself to be at the right place. And you see what happened at the end of the story. Because she was well positioned, she
Right.
stayed with Naomi. It said a lot about her character. It said a lot about her values. It said a lot about her level of submission. Because when her mother-in-law told
Niger. Sorry to say it. Niger, Niger. We'll get it. We'll get it too, somehow, somehow. Okay, she's coming back on. I'm sure you all have been enjoying the discussion so far. It's been an amazing exposition. And welcome back, ma'am. Yeah, we're back on. Mike, you can hear me. Can you just give me a thumbs up? Okay. Did you communicate? Okay. So we'll hold on for her so that she can quickly summarize what we talked at the end of the show.
Network. You better behave. You better behave. For network. You best behave.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
Welcome. Ma.
this one passed to
I'm
get visa.
asking.
Oh,
Asking it.
oh my
Asking it.
God. Oh Lord. So
Asking.
let's just see what we can do as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
So I'm seeing a lot of questions, but maybe I don't know, we just you ask me the questions later. Can I just go on?
Okay.
I was seeing some questions earlier on before we went off. Hello. Hello. All right, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you now.
Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. But your picture is still on my end. Okay, no problem.
Oh, okay. Is it? Are we good now?
Wow.
Okay.
Ah,
As in, I actually do not know what else to say.
no, it's all
I
right. It's
am
all
so
right.
short
Okay,
of
so
words right now.
let's just see what we can just
All
do
right.
to get it off with. Yeah. So
Okay.
you know, get finding and attracting the right one will make your life much more enjoyable and easier in later years as you go on. So it's very important you do not make a mistake now.
No.
So if you're in a relationship with someone, there are key things you can look out for to know if that person is the right one. So I will just share those key things that you should look out for to know. I've talked about being compatible. I've talked about is a lot of feeling. It is a commitment to make this relationship work. So, what are the things you should be looking out for? Number one, are you comfortable with that person? Um,
Okay.
when you are around that person, does he or she bring out the best in you? Does that
Okay.
person make you feel worthy or makes you feel of yourself? Does that person build your self-esteem,
Okay.
or does that person make you feel little about yourself? Those are key pointers for you to know that.
Okay.
And this doesn't have to be when you are married. You're still cutting, you're still dating, whatever you're doing. At that point, you should be able to
Okay.
have that right feeling. I tell people all the time, what you see is what you get. People don't change. The only thing
Right.
that happens is that they get
Mm.
better with as things keep happening in life, they can either get better or they get worse. But I tell you, if
Word.
somebody does not make you feel good about you now that he or she is chasing you, he will never make you feel good about yourself. So you
Right.
must be comfortable with that person. Number two, is that person a fair weather friend? Is it somebody who is there for it is good? Can it be there for you when? That's why at the altar we make the vows to be together for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, to love and to hold from this day forward till death do us part. Are you ready? And is going to stick with me through thick and thin. If you do not have that feeling right now, it's not going to get any better. So
Right.
you must have that assurance that look, this person, he has my back, I have his back, or she has my back and
Mm-hmm.
I have her back.
Mm-hmm.
That's very
Right.
important. Okay, I've talked about them bringing out the best. Are they committed to making your life better? There are people you see when they get married, they used to be these kind of outgoing, making it people. Just because they got married, they suddenly disappear because the person they got into that relationship with
Mm.
did not enhance that thing they are. I told you I was a very laid back,
Mm.
um, nothing person. But what you see right here is Donald Annie. It was like a flat tire that they pump air. He told me, look, babe, the people when they make and they find past you. You get, so he kept giving me those esteem boosters. He will keep making, he will want me to do the best, he will want me to be the best. So if right now you are cutting, there was one thing he used to do when we were cutting. He'll be telling his friends and his secretary then, say, by the time I'm through with my wife, in the next 5 years, if you see my wife, we are not married though. If you see my wife in the next 5 years, you won't know her. And he used to get me so angry. And I would be like, what are you? Who are you? So you are the one that is going to make me. One day, look at me
What are you
today
feeling
now.
like?
Look at what am I feeling? He has made it.
Wow.
He has done. So from the
Yes.
time I was cutting, he gave me that assurance that look, you are going to be better than I met you. I'm going to bring out the best. So if you don't feel like that with anybody you are in a relationship with right now, it's not the right one. I guarantee you. I give you that. Now they don't need to have all the money. My husband didn't have all the money, but he had the right words. See, well, you know, women now waiting we hear, but he just didn't have the right words. He had the commitment to back it, and he did it.
Right.
So what does that person bring to the table of your life? Is that person attentive to your needs? Now, when I'm talking both ways. If you're a guy and you are in a relationship with a lady, and it's all about me, I, what I want, I need to make, now they wear hair of 1 million naira, now I don't understand. I cut this one, I don't get time. So you understand? So if it's all about her needs, what she wants, what she needs to get, guy, Jackpa, according to my children, I don't know if I don't teach you. Run. No, because
Cool mama laugh.
so because the truth is that if she's like that now, it's going to get worse. You are not going to be able to do things that are key to building your home. You have to build a house. You have to get a car. You have to give the children a good education. So if somebody is into me, what I can spend, how I look, all of that, when you are caught and run. Same also for ladies. If the guy is not attentive to your needs, it's all about himself, then that's a red flag. No sign. Now, another thing I've discovered in some relationships that will help you know that person is not the right one, jealousy. Jealousy is healthy to an extent, but when it is obsession is absolutely breathing down somebody's neck, absolutely not giving that person space. I love you, but guy, give me room. Let me be me. I don't need to lose myself because I miss you. I don't need to lose essence. I don't need to drop my hobbies. I don't need to stop talking to my relations. Anybody who, because he's in your life, it monitors when you talk to your mother, when you talk to your father, when you talk to your friends, you pick up the phone. Who is that? You are somewhere. Put it. Let me hear. That's crazy, man. And if he does that when you are cutting, it's going to get. In fact, when you get married, you won't leave it. You talk to a leha. If you know what a leha is, that's what you're going to talk to. Now, are they abusing?
Right.
Okay, so for somebody to be able to allow you be you and still love him or her, remain who you are, but I can accommodate your difference and allow you be you and allow you shine. Your shine doesn't need to stop my shine. My shine doesn't need to stop yours. So if when you are cutting, you constantly have this feeling that, look, you can't tell him how much you earned. You can't tell him something great happening because he will become jealous or she will become like, oh, why is that happening to you and it's not happening to me? It is a red flag. Run. A broken engagement, a broken relationship, dating, whatever, is much more better than divorce. I live with a lawyer and he will come back tell me couples who have been married for 35 years coming to court to say we know they do again. And the judge is like, what have you guys been doing in the last 35 years? That you needed, I'm talking of grandfathers, grandmothers. So it's better right now you nip those things in the bud and say, anything that I can't handle right now, it will get worse. So make up your mind. If you see that thing and you can stay with it, oh, go ahead. You understand? Those are the things you can know. Then another thing you will use to know if that person is really committed or is the right one, does it show you off? If you are dating a guy and he doesn't show you to his family, there are some of you who are matured ladies that at your age you shouldn't be talking boyfriend, girlfriend. If somebody is not defining the relationship, then I think you're just playing around. Okay, so let the relationship be defined. For somebody to be able to show you off, I want you to meet my father, I want you to meet my mother, I want you to meet all right.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Back.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, all right. So communication is another thing. I have so much,
Amazing.
but I don't think we can finish up. Communication is another thing. Ability to, I'm sorry I keep talking about my husband and I waiting I know.
Oh,
That's the
please,
relationship
ma'am.
I have.
Of course,
I'm
by all
sorry.
means.
I'm sorry because that's what I have experienced. Now there are people who are
Right.
not experiencing that, and like sometimes I tell people the worst thing you can tell somebody is I know how you feel if you really don't. There are relationships that even when you do the best you can do, you can be the best you ought to be. It just seems still doesn't need to. It just still doesn't work out. You understand? So, but these are pointers. I guess our audience right now are people who are not yet, who have not gotten to the altar to make a commitment. So I think all of these pointers are important for them. If you cannot communicate with the person you are dating now, then because communication is key. Communication is the bedrock of human existence. If you guys cannot talk, the first time I really had a conversation with my husband now, first time, 2003 or when was that? 1996. No, 92. The first time we had a conversation, like,
Wow.
girl, we talked for 6 straight hours and we didn't run out of what to talk about. It was like we were weaving from one thing to another.
Wow.
It was just flowing. We were just talking. This guy don't talk. All my guards were down and he just popped the thing. You understand? I'm going to spend the rest of it. He didn't even ask me, he was putting it to me. You see this lawyer man? He was putting it to me. Now he will spend the rest of his life with me and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not sure. So you must be able, but what really got me about him was the fact that we could talk. We can talk. We can gist. So if you really cannot be you, I can say anything to him, right or wrong. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of being politically correct. I just say what I want to say.
Okay.
Being judged, yes.
Being
I can
judged.
say anything. The worst he will do is that no, that one is not okay. That one is not correct. But not in a judgmental way, not to put me down. Okay? Same goes for both me too on him. So these are little things, signposts you should look out for to know that this person is the right person.
And teacher, it looks like you should just keep going on and on. But I would like us to take questions.
Yes, this is
time.
important. Yeah.
I actually can't read comments from here. I don't know if you can find any questions from your end so that we can handle them. Actually,
we've gone off several times.
Severally, and so I think that's one of the reasons.
Before.
But okay, because of time, yes. Because of time, usually it's supposed to be a 1 hour discussion, but the network back and forth has made it impossible for us to stick to time. So I'd rather say that if anyone has any questions and then we're done with the discussion, they should just put it in the comment section. I don't know. We could actually have you do a video that we can upload on the profile for people to have that question addressed.
Exactly.
Okay, so they hear you addressing that question. Otherwise, if they just want a one-on-one, I can link. Okay, ma'am, please.
Should culture or ethnicity influence finding the one? Umaka. Okay. Should culture or ethnicity influence finding the right one? Okay. Like I always say when I do my relationship talk, I talk from a place of experience and I talk from my knowledge of the Word of God. And if I would just take from the Word of God, I remember when Abraham was, Isaac was looking for, Jacob, what was that? Looking for a son, a wife for his son Isaac. He sent his servant Eliezer back to his home. Okay? Now, what was the significance of that? He was looking, first of all, for the person that had the same faith with them, because they were way out of their home where people did not believe what they believed. So he wanted his son to marry a woman who understood their own God. One. Number two, he wanted a woman he could understand, probably trace her lineage. You know, family was very important way back. Your lineage was very important. Now, fast forward today, 2020, 2021. Times have changed. A lot has changed. But like I always say, the basic thing, if you see these things I've pointed out, the basic things are these things I've talked about.
Right.
But in getting somebody who is from your culture, that's your ethnicity or not, should not be key. But it is important if you can find within your ethnicity, it will be that are from different ethnic groups. And the important thing is that they are comfortable with each other. The important thing is that they can communicate. Communication does not only have to be the same language. Communication should also be same heart. Even if you can't speak the same. Can you hear me? I have an echo.
Yes, I can. Yes,
all
I
right,
can.
great.
Yes,
So communication is not just we speak Yoruba together or we speak Igbo together. Communication is also that, okay, I understand you. Like my father will always say, communication is the ability to say, I understand, no matter the language you use. Communication could be non-verbal. So having said that, what is your own desire? Some people may not be comfortable getting married to somebody outside their ethnicity, but if you can handle it, what I tell people is, if you can handle it, be ready to integrate yourself into that culture.
Amazing.
I marry Igbo, but the part of Igbo I married from is like you are from the north and you married from the south. You understand?
Okay.
And my people even had an issue, Naibo, but my people, I'm from Ohafia, but I married Wawa people. Obviously, when they wear clothes for their village. So my husband will kill me. So, but when I was going to get married, my people were like, how can you marry Wawa people, somebody from Enugu? You must marry within Ohafia, because we like staying within our zone. But I loved this guy. I knew he was the one for me. There was a soul connection. I had peace. That's another thing I missed out when I was talking. One of the ways to know the right person is peace. I wasn't head over heels in love with my husband when I met him for the first time. I just had this rest. I just had this feeling, this is him. And the fact that he even stood by me, because at the time he came into my life, my mom was sick. My mom had the highest bout of depression, but it was only this guy that my mom could listen to. We will all talk. My mom will not hear. Once you say, he went, people around will tell him, you want to go marry this woman? The mother has depression. She's going to have depression. He stood by. We courted for 2 years. My mom was sick all through those 2 years, and this guy did not for 1 second flinch. He didn't back out. He didn't give up on me. It became, my dad my dad will leave home and go to his house. We are not married, and just go and sleep. Like, How now they love this man past me now? I don't understand.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
for that, there's nothing he can do to me today that I can verse that, because he was there when I needed him the most. And today, my mom calls him Ezibodo now. That's her pet name for him. And they love each other more than they love me. So I'm living this
Wow.
ethnicity. It is key. It is key that you are comfortable with that person. You can live with the culture. If you are Yoruba marrying Igbo, you should be ready to learn how to cook Igbo soup. You should be ready to learn the language. You should be ready to
Right.
integrate yourself. You should be ready to learn their culture. You cannot go there and say, "Don't you know I'm Igbo girl? I cannot." Rárá yo. Wàá kúnlẹ̀, wàá kí wọn, wàá jọ̀bá. Go, your people will be my people, your God will be my God. So if you can handle it, go right ahead. If you cannot, stick to what you can understand and you can deal with. I hope that answered somebody's question.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
No thanks to network. Anyway, it's been I do not know how to describe the discussion today. It's been the most awesome. It's been the most awesome. Auntie, you've been the most.
My pleasure.
I don't know how to also appreciate you, guests, today.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. You've given so much that I don't know, anyone who will get to listen to this show after today should be able to make reference to this show and at any point in their marriages. Even for those who are already married, there are things you could actually look back on, based on what we've discussed today, and say, okay, maybe I can tweak things here and there to make my relationship better. I so totally appreciate you today. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. Thank you for pouring out. Thank you for sharing from your personal experiences to encourage and educate us. God bless you so much, Ma. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to be calling it a day here. Thank you so much. God bless you, Ma. Okay, so we're going to be letting our guests go while I close on the show, just because we've run out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody has a question to watch this. Through it and answer your questions as I see them much later. All right.
Okay, all righty. Thank you so much, Ma. Do have a beautiful, blessed day. And love to your sweetheart and the kids. They are not kids, actually. The grown-up children.
My co-tenants, please. Co-tenants.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be letting her go now. Amazing, amazing discussion today. If you have to watch this show after we've gone live, please leave your comments in the comment section. Tell us what you learned new from this discussion, the new things you've learned from this discussion. Tell us the things that your contribution, your questions, let us know. Drop them in the comment section and we'll revert to them much later. If you have a question, that is, if you're watching much later, if you have a question that you really want her to address, please drop your question in the comment section or send me a private chat, messenger, whichever ways, and then I'll forward your question to her and she would address them in a video chat so that you can get to hear those questions. I'll tag you if you're the one asking the question to have response. Okay, thank you so much for coming on this show with me. It's still your weekly regular show, Talk with Peace, live on Facebook. Today is the 12th edition. Next week will be the 13th episode and the final episode in this season. And next week is going to be really amazing. It's going to be exclusively me. Next week, I'm going to have you ask me any question you would like me to answer. I do not want to say personal questions, and any question you'd like me to answer next week. And then I'm going to try to, as much as I can, answer as truthfully as I can to those questions. Next week, we're going to be unveiling our logo, our official logo. And we're going to be having some giveaways. So please do come on next week, expecting to answer 1 or 2 questions and get some things given away to you for being consistent and encouraging and, you know, just being there for us. Thank you so very much for coming on this show with me today. And till I come your way again next week, I remain your humble sister and friend, Peace Obuagu Abaimu. Peace.